Oh, you're here. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Lil Lazuli. Today we're going to be asking the question, what blessings are coming to you in April? So you have 4 piles to choose from. First will be Selenite, Coral, then Red Jasper, then Desert Rose. So please pick which one you're most resonated with. And we'll get this party started with Selenite. Okay. So for Selenite, what blessings are coming to you this April? I see something in my hair. It's Lent. Okay. Back to the reading. What? Oh, whoa, we got 2 cards immediately popping out for you. Whoa, that's good news. You got 2 of Wands in reverse, which is surprises. So, looks like some nice surprises are coming your way. Then we got Judgment in reverse, Arbitration. So, if you're going through any sort of battle with any of your relatives, just know that, or like say that the people that you're living with, you're kind of facing some conflict with someone or anyone that you're close to. Know that that's going to get resolved, and you're actually going to be developing a lot of your conflict resolution skills this month. That's going to lead you, that's going to like stick with you for the following months and years for the rest of your life. So right now you may be really struggling and just worried that you just don't know how to deal with people, and just know that this is just like a really huge like pressure cooker time that's really gonna force you into like dealing with certain situations that you may have avoided in the past. And once you deal with those situations, those are never gonna come back up in the future. So that's great news for you. So let me see if anything else is gonna come out with these cards. A lot of times they only give me about 2 cards, and they're not the types to continuously throw stuff out there. So I'll see if they have anything else to say. Oh, we got 2 more. We got Relief and Violence. So I see and then 3 of Cups and the Devil. So I see again with the relief coming out, that there is going to be that relief from any sort of conflict you're dealing with, especially with the Violence and Devil coming out. But no, you know, if things are getting worse, it's just always like they get worse before they get better. So so if anything looks like it's heading towards some sort of like climax, maybe I'd like say you know, maybe you're living with your parents and they don't really know the full state of like your financial status right now, and say like you're in a lot more debt than they realize, and you're like, oh, I know they're already so disappointed in me, but I'm going to have to tell them this, and they're going to be really upset because now I'm like reliant on them because I don't have a job or something. When you tell them that, obviously they're going to be really upset with you, but then you're going to be at a point of relief after that, because you're going to be like, I got it out, and there's nothing worse. They know the complete situation now, and so there's nothing worse that I can throw at them. And so it's going to leave you in like this state of relief and finally like peace in any sort of situations that you felt like were kind of hanging in the balance and not necessarily completely honest with. That was just a scenario that may not be the exact case, but the energy would probably be the same for you. So let's see some more blessings coming your way for April. This is my relationship deck, so a lot of times they like to give me situations that are love related. But who knows? Let's see what, oh. Okay, well, these all popped out, you know. It's a lot, but I have a feeling that I should read them. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The Magician. Page of Wands. 9 of Cups. 9 of Wands. And then the 7 of Wands in reverse. Okay, so with this, if you've been struggling at all financially and you've been a little bit depressed around that, you're going to be hit with this new motivation to manifest, and it's really gonna, and if you were facing any sort of like writer's block, any sort of creative block, or something that was keeping you from starting something new, this is going to be kind of dissolved at this time. Like, you're going to get this new burst of energy to where you're like, I am really inspired now to choose the thing that I want to do. Yeah, you're going to feel like you're going to get this new air of confidence where you're standing tall in a sense of like the past couple of months have probably been pretty brutal for you. And so you've probably been taking a lot of beatings with life. And so this month it's going to be a real huge reflection on what you've been through, and no matter what you're heading into, no matter how new it is, you're going to have this air of confidence because you're going to feel extremely experienced based on what you had dealt with in the past couple of months. And because of that, you're going to feel so wise. And this is connecting to with the conflict that you have been experiencing. You're going to feel so wise that you're no longer going to feel like, see, this guy feels, he deals with a lot of competition and finds himself in a lot of battles with others. But I'm seeing that now you're shifting into this wise energy where you're no longer feeling like you need to battle others, and you're, standing in your truth, and you're proving to others that there's no need for conflict amongst themselves either. And I'm seeing that this might connect to what you want to do professionally too, or whatever this sort of thing that you had been holding back on. Perhaps this is like some creative thing where you're, maybe you're talking about peace, but you couldn't find peace within yourself. And so it was just, you were just kind of depressed because you just didn't feel inspired to make anything. Or perhaps you wanted to do something like counseling or whatever. And then you're like, well, I have all these dysfunctional relationships in my life. How can I help someone else? This is that you're going to be stepping out of that energy of no longer feeling like you're good enough or conscious or stable enough to perform whatever certain task that you want to, or create whatever project you want to. So that's awesome. Let's pull from the Energy Oracle deck. Let's see what vibes are coming out for this one. So we got the Thinking Woman, and we got the Temple Path in reverse. This is it upright. So I imagine that there's been something going on. You also got Caring Connections in reverse. There's been something going on that has been blocking a vision of your true purpose and what path you're supposed to be on. You've been a little bit confused with that, and this has also led to a blockage regarding connections as well. And I think the big thing that you were dealing with regarding manifestation and that blockage there had to deal with like paralysis by analysis. Yeah, that's right. Where there were so many roads and so many options that you could choose that you weren't sure which one to go down and which one to stop. And so now you're realizing that it's okay to open yourself up to multiple pathways of things that you like and passions that you like. So perhaps you're like, I really love coding on the computer, and I really love music, and I really love painting. And I also love animals and this and that and this and that. And then you're like, there's just so many things that I just can't stick to one thing. And what you're going to learn this month is what what you truly really enjoy, and you're going to narrow it down to only a few things, and you're going to put stable energy into each of those few things rather than focus on everything, try to attempt to focus on everything and then just be like, oh no, I'm going to choose one thing, and then go really hard into one sort of specific path, and then it sort of falls apart because you don't feel like that one specific path is fulfilling everything. So you're really sensing some balance there. And with this caring connections in reverse, I think this might also be how you handle friendships as well. You may feel like you may sway back and forth between thinking that you have to have a lot of these friendships, and then kind of feeling like, oh man, I focus so much on making 100 different new friends, and I don't feel like any of them are really deep connections. I feel like they're all kind of shallow, and then they all kind of fall to the wayside, and then you focus on one person, and then that doesn't work out because you can't get all your needs met from one person, and then you're gonna be like, oh, actually I should be putting in hard, deep effort with 5 different people. So that's just some advice for you about something that you may want to look into, and that will bring a lot of balance and fulfillment with your needs for the next month. Okay, we'll do the rabbit deck next. But yeah, that's something that seemed like it was a problem, and something that you're gonna break through on. So overall, that's just a sign that you're going to be seeing a lot of fulfillment with the choices that you make, because you're going to be making them with a much more direct effort and knowledge about the long term, and how whatever you're putting energy into is going to work out for you in the long term. Like, you're not going to be, you might be also in an energy of like, whatever you put honest effort into something, and then it just doesn't work out, right? So you find friends and you put a bunch of effort into it, and now maybe those friends aren't around anymore, and you're like, what? How that's not fair. I put so much effort into it, and I'm supposed to be manifesting this specific thing, but now it's not. It fell through. And then say you put some effort into a job, and then you worked really hard, you like busted your ass on that job, and then that fell through too. And then you're like, well, I'm not going to put any energy or effort into it. And now you're at this point of like, where you truly understand why those things fell through, and why they may not have necessarily been the lifelong things that were supposed to stick with you. And so moving forward, you're going to feel motivated knowing that the things that you're doing now are going to be very long lasting, because they're not going to be shaded with this illusion that they're not necessarily for you. This is you've gone through the things that weren't for you already, so that way you're here, and like now you're actually kind of practically starting your life now, to where you're like, all right, now I know who I am, why those things didn't work out, and I'm this new wise person that's gonna like have a clear, direct purpose now. I hope that makes sense. And then you got the rabbit's feet in reverse, dog on leash. And then you've got babies and snow. So with these, it looks like you're going to be, you're not going to face things that are going to be holding you back within yourself anymore. And you're going to like really create things for you. And it's going to feel so good, because you're never going to be in that state of loneliness or emptiness again, because no matter what happens with other people, you know that you can't control the other people, and that you're going to lose friends. You're going to make friends, and then you're going to lose friends, and things will come and things will go, but you're going to be able to build solid, stable things to where, maybe you create a YouTube channel per se, and say you start dating a new guy or a new girl, and you really like them, but it doesn't work out and they leave you, right? You're still going to be like, man, that really sucks. But hey, I have this awesome YouTube channel that I put so much effort into, and I continued to put effort into while I went through all this stuff relationships wise. And so I got my own baby. That's why you got the babies card. So you're like, I got my own baby. Regardless of the things that happen in that part of my life, I'm still cranking shit out and doing awesome shit over here. So, you know, you'll never feel like everything is riding on one thing, because you're really going to figure out how to delegate your energy to specific things that you really need. So if one part's not being met, then you're like, okay, I'll just put more focus and effort into this thing until I can manifest that other thing next. And then lastly, you got snow. And so I'm seeing that you're going to be having a lot more fun. You're going to have like this pure innocence about you, where you might have been dealing with some anxiety over the past few months because things have just been like really difficult. You might have been feeling like you've lost a lot of things that were really important to you, and you've been having so much anxiety about like, well, what's the next thing I'm going to lose? What is the next thing that I'm going to lose? But this month you're going to be really like purifying yourself and like truly releasing those patterns of resistance, to where you're like really accentuating the simplicity of your life. And you're just like, man, I did lose a lot of stuff. Now I'm so happy that I could just wake up in the morning, enjoy a hot cup of coffee. You know what I mean? That's good. And just like the little things are going to make you so happy. So because you might have had a block too in the past, where you wanted to create things and start projects, and you just didn't have you would get upset because you weren't as far along in the project as you hoped to be. Say like you wanted to do stand-up comedy, right? And you have no followers, you don't even have a set, and you don't have connections, anything like that. And so you write a set, say you get 10 minutes in, and then you're like, I wrote it, but it's kind of mediocre. So what? Now I have to go to all these places, bomb at a bunch of places, whittle this all down. But truly, I just want to be like Kevin Hart now. Like, why can't I be that now? And that's something that really stuck with me when I saw Tom Segura's new special. He talked about how he always like pushed people to follow their dreams. And he said something like, if you do your passion, fulfill your passion, if you do your passion without ever having the expectation that it's going to end up the way you expect it to, then you will always be fulfilled with pursuing your passion. And so that's been really sticking with me personally, because it's just like, you're going to go into your next state of being with this new renewed passion, of where you're no longer going to feel like you need to work toward an end goal. You can see how you're working towards things in the long term, but there's never like a solid imagined end goal where you're like, I need this or else I'm not going to be happy. Because then if you have that, then the things that you're working on now are going to feel like stupid, and like it's going to feel icky and like hard work, when really you can find the fulfillment in the things that you're doing and you're working on now. So that's the reading I got for you, pile one. I hope you liked it. If you did, please comment, and then comment if you have any other video suggestions. This is actually suggested to me by one of my subscribers. Oh, I forgot their username, but I'll put it down in the description box. And then if you like a private reading, hit me up on just in the description or on my Instagram. And I actually am going to be doing a new thing, because I like just like spitting out some cards for some people, and like just doing a little blurb about some advice for them. So if you have a short little question that you want me to answer with some cards, go ahead and DM me on Instagram, and then for $2 you can ask whatever question you want, and I could pull some cards for you and give you a short paragraph explaining your situation and giving you some advice. So yeah, please like and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and tune in next time. Bye. Okay, if you chose the coral pile, this message is for you. So what blessing is coming, or blessings are coming for you in April? Let's go ahead and start with the energy oracle. Well, sorry, that was weird. What's going on? These cards are a little bit messy for this pile. Okay, so you got happy family in reverse. Let me just pull out one more. Oh, no, two wanted to come out. And then you got the first chakra, Archangel Michael in reverse, which is the root chakra. And then Angel of Balance in reverse as well. So this week, the blessing for you is you're going to get real comfortable with uncertainty. With happy family in reverse, you might be going through some stuff with your family, and you may be feeling like in a little bit of like a weird dreamy state, in the sense of like you're in like a purgatory right now, where it's like a middle state in your life where you're like, I don't know what's gonna happen next, but nothing bad is gonna happen to you. And we're gonna pull out the good stuff and what the good side of this is. But right now you may be feeling, you're gonna work through those root chakra issues of like anxiety and constantly grasping for stability in the wrong places. And so once that's out of your system, you're gonna be like, yeah, nothing bad is happening to me. There's no reason for me to assume the worst either. And then you got the Angel of Balance in reverse. And so that's again kind of you deciding to be okay with living in this gray area. And that kind of brings up the memory to me of like one of the most recent TikToks of this TikTok witch that I follow. I'll put her username in the comments below. But she talks about light energy and dark energy. And she's like, talks about white magic and black magic, and about how light and dark need each other to exist. And so she shows a picture of the sun, and she's like, she's like, you guys think that the sun is great and it's beautiful, but it also can do a lot of bad things, and it can burn your skin and cause cancer and all these horrible things, right? And then you see images of darkness in a forest, and you're like, that's so scary. But she's like, why are you conditioned to fear the dark and only have light, when really the dark can be beautiful too? And like, she showed a picture of like a dog baring its teeth, and you're like, you're not scared of that because it's a dog and you love dogs. And then she showed like a picture of a demon, and she's like, but why does this demon look scary? And I was like, you're right, maybe demons aren't that scary. And so it's just like you're kind of like embracing the darkness of situations, and not seeing the darkness as bad, and just seeing it as not being aware of what's going to happen in the future, not being able to predict what's going to happen doesn't necessarily need to be a bad thing. It's actually a really magical position to be in, because there are so many options as to like what could happen that you can't, if you're in a situation where you're like, I have no idea where this is gonna go, and then you just wait and you're patient, and something crazy happens, like the next opportunity you get is like awesome, then you're like, holy shit, that was magic. You know what, I really just like gave up my trust to the universe, and they really brought it back around for me. Like, that's an awesome feeling that I can attest to. But it is really hard to resist like feelings of just impending dread and doom. So you got Page of Pentacles in reverse. You got the Wheel of Fortune. in reverse. Then you got Page of Swords. And then you got the Hermit. And so yeah, with this Page of Pentacles in reverse again, I am sensing like this feeling of like this lack of opportunity to move forward in anything in the physical. Perhaps that's because, you know, you might be in quarantine, or you maybe lost your job and you just don't foresee what kind of possible job will come for you next. Especially right now, because like, who's hiring? Page of Wands in reverse, and then the Two of Wands in reverse. And so this is, and you might be, because of this, you might get that anxiety of like, I have so many feelings, I gotta get them out somehow. And so with this Page of Swords, this is moving you into this new airy energy of where you're gonna be doing a lot of thinking, and you may be worried about it because you're like, well, I don't want to be anxious, but you're gonna realize like you have so much to say on so many different topics, and you're incredibly intelligent, and there's going to be some sort of reward for the things that you're gonna say. Say all of a sudden, you know, you wanted to pop off on Twitter, right? And so all of a sudden you just like start posting and posting and posting on Twitter, and then you suddenly pop off because you have just been posting enough to where that happens. Or you're like, you've been wanting to start a blog for a long time and you just didn't know what to start it on, and the situation at hand for you is so unbearable that you're just like, I'm feeling so passionate about this, I gotta like write this down and just go ahead and start this blog because I'm just doing this for myself, just to get out all this intense energy that is just like bouncing around inside of me. And with that, you know, you're gonna create something that's actually pretty successful. So in that darkness of uncertainty that you're feeling, it's going to push you to actually create things that you didn't expect to create at all. Yeah, and then with this Two of Wands in reverse, like, this is looking out into the future, and with this in reverse, I'm getting this really like boxed in energy, like definitely like you're probably at home right now, quarantined. That's like a lot of the world, so that's not that astounding of a reading for me to give, but like you're definitely going to be feeling this pressure of just like, I can't do anything, and then you're just gonna dump some sort of information out online or somewhere, and you might write it down, and then you're just gonna open your eyes one day and you're gonna be like, holy shit, I created things that I never expected to create because I was so trapped in this idea that I had to figure out what I was doing first before I could start on it. And then with this Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the Hermit, I'm getting this feeling that yeah, once again, that you're like, you might be doing some more meditations this month, but certainly like breaking this sort of, you're breaking some sort of karmic cycle that you've been in for a long time, and I think it has something to do with some sort of intellectual kind of insecurity or block, just feeling like maybe you're not good enough, or the things that you want to write about you don't have enough expertise in to actually follow through with any sort of channel or any sort of like blog, anything like that, or to write a book about something. And you're going to be in this energy of the Hermit, of where like you don't know what's going to happen next, so instead of looking out into the distance, you're just going to close your eyes and take some steps towards something that you have absolutely no certainty in, but it's going to have some major payoffs in the future. And I have a feeling that you're going to feel these payoffs by the end of the month. For some reason, I felt drawn to pull from the Sexual Tarot. So be warned, there are some nudie images. This one actually isn't a nude one. Okay. So you got the Star card. That's pretty. And that's wonderful because the Star card is all about hope and just having patience to where you see that there is hope and that not all things are, what is that word? Fallen on deaf ears. Like the things that you want, you might feel like the universe is the blessing is the universe is going to get you to finally be able to give yourself what you want, but it's going to feel like the universe isn't listening to you at all and it's handing you the worst possible hand. But because of that, that's what's going to push you into this mode of self-empowerment. And so specifically with this card, she is pouring water on the sky, right? And that's just really kind of unnecessary. And she's not looking at the water either. So it's like, that has been your past energy of where you wanted to make something, right? So you're just like, oh, I'll just go ahead and pour this water here. I won't even look. I'd be like, you see like the corner of her eyes. She's like, oh. So you're like, I want to make something on myself. So I'll just pour this water in the sky. I won't even look at it because I'm like, oh, it probably won't work out, but like, whatever. And then you're like, oh, well, it didn't work out because I just poured water in the sky and I put all that work into that. And now it's just a puddle on this guy's chest. When in reality, you're like, now you're going to be like, well, that was stupid. I didn't even want to do that. I was just sort of doing it for some sort of end result. And now you don't even have that option. You can't do things without looking at it anymore because now you're like, everything's so uncertain that you're doing things. I feel like I'm kind of confusing you right now, but let me try with this wheel. So with this wheel, this is going to be the energy you're moving into. This energy of like truly like only having yourself to love. And so you're no longer pouring something that you don't feel like is yourself. You're going to be putting out energy that is like fully and completely yourself because you feel like you have nothing else to give other than true, genuine authenticity. So let me pull some of these. I hope this is making sense. And I hope this doesn't sound like too dark of a reading because this is supposed to be your blessing. So this is like, this is spirit saying that these are good things that are happening. No matter how dark you see it. Like it's going to really teach you how to appreciate darkness this week. And we got the standing rabbit and the pen. This is also talking about branching out into something new that you're going to get. Oh, okay. And then also you're going to get some sort of followers. Whatever you're putting out, footprints in the snow as well. Whatever you're putting out, you're going to get good feedback on it. And it's going to push you toward making a mark with yourself somehow. Again, with the pen, I'm getting like a pen, writing pen as well. But yeah, you're going to realize that people are paying attention to you. And so I think this is also a testament to how unpredictable people can be And so right now you're going to feel like this incredible lack of control in your physical life as well as your life with people. And so you're not even going to be thinking about it. But when you put things out into the universe to create and stuff, maybe say you put things online, stuff like that, people are going to be there to watch you, and people are going to really actually like it. And that's going to be really surprising to you because you're just not expecting people to grasp onto something that you may be feeling negatively about or insecure about. And so that's going to be like this sense of recognition that you're going to feel throughout April is going to be really motivating for you to move into the next month, which is going to be a completely different story. Like, I think May is going to be a time where you're completely like rewriting things, and where you're no longer going to feel like the worst is ahead of you, because you're going to be in this gray area this month. So that way next month, it's going to be like a huge manifesting month where you're building towards something rather than fearing the future. So I do hope that made sense. That was a little bit jumbled up and confusing for, like, I don't know. But I hope you like that. And if you like any sort of personal reading, I'm doing those. There's some, I'm like twisting my words now. They're like, you know what? Just check the description box. Okay, I'm gonna peace out. I need some water or something. Bye. Good luck. Okay, pile 3, Jasper. This is your reading. As soon as I started, I heard this ringing in my ears, which is really interesting. Maybe you guys will be going through some spiritual upgrades this month. We got ears. Yeah, and this kind of reinforces that with maybe you'll get some heightened sense of clairaudience. So really practice listening to your higher self and stuff like that. And if you're practicing peering into different realms, then you'll be seeing some results this month. Dew on grass in reverse. But also, if you don't want to do that, know that that's not going to happen to you unless you search for it. And even if you are doing it with like, and you have some actual fear there, where you're like, maybe I don't want to hear what I'm working for, then it's not going to happen. So just like, don't be worried about hearing things that you don't want to hear, because like, it's not going to just open if you don't try to do it in like a relaxed, calm, open manner. You know what I mean? Then you got the rabbit pair. The rabbit feet in reverse, and the mechanical trap. So I see that you're going to be really appreciating the outdoors this month. And that's going to bring you a lot of happiness. So whatever you want to do in life, like, that's just going to bring a new peace to you, and it's going to make you feel inspired to do stuff. Whether it's like, it's warm out here, so I want to like start doing more yoga out here, or you know what, my backyard has a bunch of really cool bugs and stuff, so I'm gonna dig around and find bugs. Or this could even be like, I have great lighting outside, so I'm gonna make some videos outside. So there's something having to do with nature that you're really gonna click with, and that's gonna be a thing that makes you really happy this month. Then we got the rabbit pair. So I do see that there's a person that you're going to be connecting with more on a deeper level. So that's good news. You guys are going to be feeling pretty emotionally intimate with each other. So you're going to be talking and sharing some things with each other. Got rabbit feet in reverse. If you had any sort of anxiety, this anxiety is going to be quelled this month, and you're going to be feeling a lot more calm. And if you And you're going to be in like a much more meditative, peaceful state. So don't let other people, if anyone else is like, why aren't you upset or like anxious right now, just like don't feed into it, because you worked hard for this peaceful state that you're going to be in this month. And so just allow it to just let you vibe out. And then with mechanical trap, you might be taking some time off of your phone, and that's going to be the best thing that can help you with your mental health, because I know if you dive into that social media and you get into too much news, it just really messes with your head and you can't stop thinking about the scary things that are going on in the world. So you're going to come to a realization that maybe you need to put the phone down for a bit. And when you do that, it's going to like do wonders for your mental well-being. And you're going to like go a whole day. You're going to be like, oh my God, I didn't look at my phone once. And I had an awesome, peaceful, fulfilling day. And I think the more you spend time without your phone, the more stimulated you will be without it. Because I know there's so much content that makes you like, so you like require like an intense amount of stimulation every day. And so when you put it down, you know, it's harder for you to live without your phone, because then you're like, everything else is boring, right? But the longer you go without your phone, the more patient you will be in your everyday life. That was my mom. Hold on. So yeah. Sorry about that. Okay, let's see what else you have in store. So you got the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So you're definitely going to be feeling like this sense of connection to others that you hadn't been feeling for a while. Knight of Swords. You're going to be talking to a lot of people. A lot of people will be... You'll be experiencing some like fun banter that perhaps your relationships have just been missing. Maybe you've just been in a more serious tone for the past couple of months, and so this month you're just going to be like a little bit fun, cheeky, flirty, Page of Pentacles, just not really worried about what other people think of you, and you're not going to be really putting that much thought into the things that you're saying, so it's just going to be pretty free-flowing and just coming just as like whatever, and that's a good energy to be in. An energy of just not being really resistant to your own ideas. King of Pentacles in reverse. And then the Five of Wands. And then the Ace of Swords in reverse. Because of this, you're going to feel like you can be more like argumentative and debatey with people. And that's going to really open yourself up to like new ideas and like new ways of expressing things. This may come in the form of perhaps wanting to talk to people in different ways. And so say like you never were interested in politics and you never brought stuff like that up because you always were worried about starting things with people and like disagreeing about stuff with people, but now you're in this energy where you like being argumentative and you like expanding your understanding of things. And so with this, you're going to be able to just talk to people about new things and like really broaden your perspectives, and things that you were once like averse to, like politics, maybe you're going to want to like speak out about it and be like, well, these are the things that I'm saying, so why the heck are you guys seeing it this way? You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just a really awesome thing that you're going to be able to expand your consciousness and also talk to more people without feeling offended or feeling like anything is going to trigger you, because perhaps conflict is something that you feared, but this month you're going to kind of lean into it and have a good time with it and realize like conflict can be like a thing that people enjoy. So a lot of relationships, you might look at them and be like, oh, that looks unhealthy. Why are they like arguing like that? But you're gonna understand this month that like, oh, actually arguing can be fun and it can be super playful, and you don't have to do it in like a negative way to where people, you hate the person at the end, you know? Arguing can be a way to understand people. And then you got community again, so you're gonna probably be able to talk to more people. Perhaps, you know, build your own community with throwing your unpopular opinions out there. You're gonna realize there are other people who have unpopular opinions, and I wouldn't have known that unless I threw mine out there. Also, you might be doing things to facilitate more heated discussions, you know, perhaps say like you're like, oh, I want people to argue, so I'm gonna start like a hot topic Zoom, right? And so you go onto Zoom, which is like a FaceTiming video chatting app, and you gather a bunch of people and you're like, all right, let's talk about hot topics, and then you'll throw something out and you're like, everyone just debate it, right? Just fun things like that, to where you're like, you never would have ever done something like that, but you just like to see that kind of debate now. All tied up. This one's cool. You're gonna feel like angels of strength. So you're gonna feel like once you embrace this sort of argumentative side of yourself, you're gonna want people to sort of take you down. Where before you may have like been averse to competition because you never liked losing, but now if you're no longer afraid of losing, then you're gonna have this sort of like cheekiness when you're playing games, and you're kind of like, all right, then prove me wrong. You know, you'll start arguments and you're gonna want someone to prove you wrong or be right at the end of it, because wanting that, you're gonna feel so much more powerful. Like if you're like, I want to start this argument and it doesn't matter if I win or lose, just the fact that I can start it and like do it in a loving, laughable way is gonna make you feel so confident, and it's gonna make you a lot more fun, and people are gonna think you're a lot more fun too. And then, but some people may like be like, ugh, what, she changed or he changed, like why are they acting like that? But ultimately it's going to be a really fun side of you that's coming out that not everyone can handle. We got the Temple Path in reverse, and then Door to Personal Healing and Happiness in reverse. Yeah, so I'm seeing that like with this, feeding off of that like argumentative nature, you're going to you're gonna like get joy in triggering people, and this is like a different way to help people ascend. So this is a lot of people are like, you know, I'm a light worker, I can I guide people toward love and light and stuff, and I help people expand their consciousness. But there is a side of consciousness to where people need to be shown their dark side and the shadow side, because if you're rejecting that, then that means you still have a ways to go with consciousness, because you need to continuously integrate all the things that you're pushing away. And so your job, you're going to be like indirectly helping people ascend in this way. And it may not even be related to spirituality at all. Like you may just be posting things that people are going to give you a lot of hate for, but the blessing is that like you're truly doing God's work. Like you're and that might be like triggering for me to say, but it's like the work of helping people ascend from not from just being triggered by, you're just really going to trigger people, and it's going to really bother a lot of people, but know that like at the end of the day, they're really going to be thinking about what they were triggered by, and you're really going to change their attitudes and their perceptions about a lot of things. So let's do my last couple of polls. Whoa. This landed right over the candle. Did you see that? It didn't mess it up though. Okay, you got the Queen of Wands in reverse, and then the Ten of Swords in reverse. So with this, I'm sensing like this. You're finally going to be like, your blessings for this month is like you're going to have so much control over your passion and your empowerment, and you're not going to be hurt by people anymore, because you're just going to have so much control over yourself that an understanding of yourself that people can't bring you down with the things that they say, because you're going to realize like, oh, the only reason they're saying that is because they're triggered by this thing that I said. Or you're going to understand the wounds that they're holding on to, that they're trying to project onto you. And this is genuinely not going to be like a thing where you're like, oh, I'm going to say whatever I want and I'm just unaffected and I don't care what other people say. You're just going to have this heightened sense of awareness of like why someone would come at you for the thing that you said, when you're like, no, I'm actually thinking about this deeper than you think I am. I hope that makes sense. But you just seem like a more ascended group that I'm pulling for. So you're going to have a much better time this month than the other groups. I'll have to, like, frankly. Also, with this Four of Wands, you might be, I have a feeling that you're going to meet some, or you're going to be building a relationship with some soulmates that you really connect with, and they're going to be like lifelong people that you're going to have in your life. So that's awesome. You must have gone through some sort of ascension recently. I'm sensing like pretty 60 energy. I'm 60. So like I kind of get where you are right now. And it's going to like bring this whole, like, you just have this completely new perspective on like how aware you are of certain situations, and how different it is to like how less reactive you are to things, and how more playful and interested you are in things, rather than like, I don't know, like being so reactive and being like, I can't believe they said that. You're gonna be like, I know exactly why you said that, because I used to think like that. Not saying that you're like better than anyone, I don't think that, but. And then you got the Three of Wands and then the Four of Swords. So yeah, you're just gonna feel like you don't need to meddle in things anymore. And the things that you do meddle in, it's gonna be for your own pure delight, not for like a specific goal, because you're realizing that like controlling situations doesn't end up getting you with the thing that you want in the end. So what you're learning this month is like how to kind of be as sort of hands-off in situations, and getting delight in things that you were not getting delight in before, because you were trying to control the situation and in order to get a specific outcome. But you're like, well, if I don't get the specific outcome, then who cares? Like, I'm just having a good time in the moment. So I hope that made sense. But yeah, that's what I got for you, Jasper Pile. I hope you liked it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you'd like a personal reading, you can check out the description box. Also, if you DM me on Instagram, I could do a $2 reading where it's just if you have a question, I could do a quick pull of cards and give you a short paragraph answer. So yeah. Let me know in the comments if that resonated, and if you have any other video suggestions. Have a good night. Peace. Okay, Desert Rose, this is your reading. What blessings are coming to you in April? Okay. Wow. That was quick. So you got the Future in reverse, 5 of Cups in reverse, Dissolute Woman, Queen of Cups in reverse, Convictions, Temperance in reverse. So with this, I'm sensing some blessings coming to your, you're really there's gonna be some opportunity coming your way that's going to get you really looking forward to the future. It's something that's going to, you might have had some pretty wild emotions recently. Like you might have felt like your mood has been just up and down, like you just can't control it. But you're gonna get this opportunity, or something that you learn about something happening in the future that you're gonna be like finally having something to look forward to. And with that, you're going to be having so much more conviction in everything that you do. And so you're no longer going to be feeling like a victim to your emotions, because now you're just like, I don't have to sit here and think like nothing's going to happen ever, you know, and just be like, I'm happy now, I'm sad now, I'm mad now. You can be like, I'm not sad. Like maybe this thing happened right here that would make me sad, but I got a sick job that I'm gonna do in 2 months. So like, why would I be so sad? You know what I mean? And then you got the 6 of Cups in reverse, business success. So once again, maybe it does have something to do with some sort of job or business. Like if you've been putting your efforts into some business, you're gonna see the payoff this month. Then you got the King of Pentacles, businessman. That's just, and then Chariot, you got lawsuit. So there may be some sort of contract that you're handling, but whatever you're doing, you're moving forward in some sort of financial pursuit, and you're gonna get some sort of payoff this month, and you're just it's gonna push you to continue to keep doing this thing. And so this is saying like whatever if you've been putting energy into something, you haven't seen the payoff yet, keep going, because that payoff will come to you in this month, and it'll continue to give you that sort of continued push that you need to, you know, further do stuff. Because like you know, you can't, so much of success comes from just like steady manifestation of just like following through with like the small building blocks to where you finally reach this point of success, really big success. But it takes time, and so it's reasonable to want that like little bit of push and little bit of like validation that you're doing the right thing and things are coming for you in the future, and you're gonna get that. You got the King of Swords, and then the Tower, and 7 of Swords. Okay, so with this, let me pull some clarifiers for these actually. King of Swords, Tower, okay, for the King of Swords clarifier, you got the Ace of Wands. So I'm seeing with this, you may have been, I'm getting this, I don't know why I hear verbally constipated. So like something you might have had some sort of block in your throat chakra where you've been dealing with something with work or some sort of creative thing that you've been wanting to do, but you just like can't get at the words for it, right? Or say like you have to write something, or say you're writing something for school and you're just like, I don't know what to talk about. And you're like, oh, you start on your first paragraph and you get 2 sentences in, you're like, delete, and then you're like, oh, delete. You're not gonna be feeling that anymore. Like you're finally gonna hit that. I'm getting the sense that in the April you're getting this aha moment to where you're like, this is what I gotta do to nail this stuff hard. And you're just gonna like hit the ground running and you're gonna get it all done. And you're gonna be like, oh, so glad that that came to me. We got the Tower and the 9 of Cups. Again, with that like big aha moment. This is, I think these two are different, but you are having like this huge time of transformation of like what you want in life. And so perhaps because you've been so emotionally unstable, maybe you've been focusing a lot of your energy into things that have made you emotionally unstable, whether it's like unstable relationships, or yeah, it could be just that, like unstable, or something that like you're putting energy into, but like not necessarily getting steady energy back. And so you're going to decide to release some things that you've been putting a lot of focus on that have been not necessarily giving you a steady happiness. And when you do that, it's going to get you into this 9 of Cups energy where you're going to feel like a more stable sense of satisfaction with your life, because you're not putting energy into something that's like a person that can be happy for you one day and like not want to see you the next. If you put your effort into something, perhaps this is like some sort of career thing, maybe, you know, like say for me, it would be tarot. Like, I could text friends and they could be happy one day, sad one day, want to talk to me one day, want to not want to talk to me another day. And that's so hard to feed off of. But the one constant thing that I know I have is tarot. And I can post a video and it could get, you know, a lot of likes and people will love it and it'll do really great and that makes me really happy. Or it doesn't do really great and I don't get a lot of likes. But I am just happy being able to put out content. Like, it doesn't matter what the reaction is from the audience. It's just like the fact that I put it out and I spent time on it and I worked hard on it and I got it out there is just like enough for me to be happy with it and to continue pushing on with it. So you have some sort of equivalent like that for in your life. And then with this 7 of Swords and then the Magician, clarifying that, you have some sort of gift. You're going to be uncovering some sort of gift that you have of where you're good at tricking people. Like we got 10 of Cups in reverse. So perhaps, that's funny. I'm kind of getting like a fuckboy energy. Which is funny because I just saw a TikTok series that was talking about this guy who was like, Diaries of a Fuckboy, how to know if you're getting like screwed over by a guy. And then he would do like different, like a whole series talking about how guys, what guys would say to like screw over girls and get them to like get hooked, and then they like break their hearts afterward. And so you may have some sort of knowledge of some sort of trickery that you're able to play on people. Whether it's like another girl was talking about how she knows she like has looked into the science of lying. So she knows like the micro expressions people make and different movements that people make that they can't control when they lie. So you know something having to do with like psychology or maybe magic. This could be like magic or like witchcraft or some sort of specialty that you are aware of, and you're going to like really hone that in this April, and it's going to it's going to bring you happiness in something in like this new way. And yeah, I'm getting that similar energy of like it not having to, you can do it and you're happy with it. And it's not even something that you need to have validation from other people, because it probably, other people may not even like the fact that you're doing it, but the fact that you can do it just makes you happy intrinsically. Like, it's really that thing where you're like, I don't need anyone to like this. The fact that I do this is like itself is just fun and cool, and I can enjoy it for myself. So that's interesting. Let me know in the comments if that resonated and if that, like what that specific thing is for you. Because that's cool. Then you got the Emperor. You're going to, yeah, find that thing that's going to give you constant, because I'm seeing how he's holding this Ankh right here, right? And the Ankh stands for eternal life, or symbolizes eternal life. And so you're really going to be finding that thing, putting energy into that thing that's going to give you consistent happiness and satisfaction with the thing that you're doing. And that's going to just ultimately like just super empower you. And people are going to like really be jealous of you. You're going to be looking good this month. Whether you like gain a lot of followers and people are like jealous of you because of that, or you're just like looking hot, or you're just getting a lot of people on your side, whatever vocabulary works for you in that sense, like you're definitely gonna have some people that are like, what the heck? Why the heck are they getting all that love and I'm not? So just know that. But you're not gonna even care. You have the 8 of Cups in reverse, and then the 10 of Wands. So yeah, I'm seeing this thing that you hadn't put energy into. You felt like because you didn't want to put energy into it because you were afraid of that negative backlash. And this month you're just gonna be like you're gonna be feeling like very balls to the wall. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, it's no longer gonna be this burden you have to bear. You're going to treat it as if it's your superpower, because it is, no matter what other people think. I really want to know what it is for you guys. Let me know if you can. But yeah, it's saying that you're no longer gonna run away from it, and it's gonna bring a lot of success and happiness for you. So this is from my rabbit deck. Let's see what comes out here. We got the moon in reverse. So we got the moon in reverse. Butterfly in reverse. So yeah, not gonna want to change for anyone. Having a clear path on where you want to go. The carrot in reverse. Growing in a new direction. Rainbow in reverse. No longer feeling scattered in your mind. Yeah, you're having a really positive week. Next week. You're gonna like really feel, or not next, I guess, well, I said next week, so probably next week, but I meant all of April. Like, you're making a huge push toward yourself and toward personal happiness. And you probably have been like pushing that away for a while. So that's awesome. These are just signs that you're going to have a huge harvest at the end of the month, because whatever you're doing is leading you toward treasure, like a rainbow. At the end of the rainbow, there's a pot of gold. The carrot itself is its own harvest. Like these, you know what, I'll just pull out one more thing. Pull something from the Sexual Tarot of Magic. Tarot of Sexual Magic? Yes. So there are some nudies in here, so we'll see what we get, but just pull a couple more cards, 1 or 2 more cards, and let's see what comes out to finish off your reading. Okay, so you got 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, with this, and there's a star right in the corner. So you're seeing hope for the future. You're no longer feeling like people are out to get you, and whatever you're doing is a burden that you have to bear. You're going to be completely open and honest with the things that you're going to be that interest you, and the things that bring you passion and fulfillment, and it's going to bring you the most ultimate joy that you've ever experienced, like in your life. Like if you're accepting this and you're finally integrating this part of you that you thought was dark and evil and things, something that you didn't think other people agreed with, you're finally going to no longer be pushing that side of yourself away, and it's going to just bring you just ultimate happiness and passion, and it's going to be the best thing you've done for yourself in your life. So that's an awesome reading. I hope you like that. Let me know if that resonated in the comments. If you'd like a personal reading, you can look in the description box below or hit me up on Instagram. And for $2, if you shoot me a question, I'll go ahead and pull some cards for you and send you a short paragraph answer. And like and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and send me suggestions on the videos you want to see next, because this was a suggestion I got on my last video. And I don't remember the username, but I'll link it down below. Okay, have a good night. Peace, guys.